Hola clase, ¿cómo están? Espero que estén bien. Pues quería hacerles un video muy corto para hablar de las cosas que tienen que hacer esta semana. Um, entonces, aquí está, puedes ver Week 8, la octava semana. So this week there's a little bit different activity you have or assignment. You have a Zoom interview with a classmate. So instead of doing a writing assignment or Flipgrid, you're going to actually meet with someone outside of your Zoom group that you've been meeting with. I meant to post this yesterday, but sorry, it just got posted right now. So you're going to have to try to connect with someone outside of your Zoom group. So you can use this discussion forum to do it, or you can just send them an email. And to do that, you would click on inbox over here and send an email through Canvas. You can click on this course and then find, you'll see a list of people in this class to find someone to work with. Hopefully some names look familiar from interacting on Canvas through Flipgrid and your writing assignments. So this is a little bit different than previous weeks. So, and then in the assignment, the actual material that you're going to be doing is 3 parts. So you're first going to be talking a little bit about experiences that your compañero has had haggling or bargaining. And so this is the document here. So if any of you guys have spent time traveling or living abroad, you know that most places when you want to purchase something, it's not a precio fijo, right? It's not a fixed price. So these are some questions. Have you traveled a lot? Have you bought clothes in los mercados o aire libre? And then have you regateado before? And this could happen with something here when you buy stuff on Craigslist or going to a tianguis or a swap meet is what they call it in English. So how was that experience? Or maybe you've done it in another country, right? They do it in many countries, not just in Latin America, right? In China, of course, they do it a lot too. Wherever there's vendedores en la calle. Bien, so first you're going to talk about that, then you're going to practice your pronunciation by reading through la página 484. Aquí está el párrafo talking about the importance of el regateo en el mundo. And then the third part is a dialogue where you're actually going to be haggling or bargaining with your chosen partner, right? So when you do this, you're going to choose the item that you're going to sell, you're going to choose the price, and you should review numbers because if you're buying it with pesos or quetzales or a different type of moneda or currency, then you're going to have to use a higher one, right? Because the exchange rate is different, right? So pesos, you wouldn't buy something for those pesos, right? It'd have to be 20 pesos, and even that is just $2. So you'd have to kind of use bigger numbers. And then you're going to regatear. So when you get to the bottom here, you're going to say, es demasiado caro, right? It's too expensive. Or you could say, barato is cheap. So this last part, you're going to actually go back and forth. You aren't going to say A and then B. You're going to choose either A or B. So if you say A, you're saying it's too expensive, I don't want it. And if you say B, you're saying es buen precio, me das este entonces, ¿no? And then the same down here, you're saying, es lo más barato que te puedo dar, it's the cheapest I can give it to you for, or, aquí está, muchas gracias, that you make the sale. And these are just options. So when you get to this part, you can say, por ejemplo, I put up here, soy pobre, tengo mucha deuda, no puedo pagar más, tengo una familia, necesito el dinero. So you can be creative and invent the last part of the dialogue. But you should go through it twice, once being the vendedor and once being the cliente. Bien? So I wanted to talk a little bit about that in this video. And then I also am going to make a couple more videos. There's going to be, I think I'm going to do it and play pause it so that you guys can practice. So we've kind of transitioned to talking about weirdo, right? Hopefully weirdo from last week is something that you are understanding, those uses of the subjunctive. And this next couple weeks, we're going to transition to using the subjunctive in a little bit more complex sentence structure. So the first one is going to be the subjunctive with existence, is what we're going to talk about today. And then indirect object and direct object pronouns used together, which are both kind of difficult concepts. So I put these documents up here on Canvas So you can read a little bit about them, right? I'll go through these and then play pause it just as a review. This is some practice that we did in the live Zoom class that I have. And then you can actually click on the next document, and then this is Practica. So you can do this and then you can click ahead and then see the answers. So this is good practice. And it's this, I did the same thing for the subjunctive with existence. So you can see the practice and then you can actually check your work if you want más práctica con existence. Bien, so hopefully, like I said, the subjunctive from previous weeks is making sense, right? Hopefully it was pretty straightforward. The last thing we talked about in week 7 was the subjunctive with doubt. And so that was the difference between using the subjunctive or using the indicative. So we're kind of going to use that same topic when we talk about the subjunctive with existence. So to use the subjunctive or to use the indicative, right? So it's getting a little more complicated. Bien, es todo. Espero que estén bien y adiós. Muy bien.